Welcome everyone to Cross Counter Live. Mike Ross is out getting extra upgrades before EVO, so I am here along with Mr. Z. Haven't been here with you ever because you just got
I
to
am
America.
popping my cherry right now here on Cross Counter Live. But in memory of Mike Ross and Combo Fiend, I am wearing that black on black Mad Cats, that ebony color shirt.
Always bet on black,
Yes.
I agree.
But for the sake of racial diversity, we have you and I on the show.
Also Hispanic,
Yes.
he's whatever.
Asian.
And, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We have the Southeast Asia Majors,
Yes.
which we're going to go over a little bit. And then we have Olaf coming on later today to talk about the THC glitches and EVO announcements, a lot of stuff like that. So why don't you jump into the Southeast Asia Majors?
Well, Southeast Asia Majors is a tournament on the road to EVO held in Singapore for all the Southeast Asian countries. So we had people from Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, of course, and Singapore as well. And Daigo, the beast, Umehara, was invited, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. And he activated Soul Illusion, and he sent his friend, Daigo, the yeast.
Oh, the yeast.
Yes.
I grow the yeast a lot.
So his bread, this loaf of bread arrived on our shore, and Cien chopped him up and made him toast, and he got 50 points out of it. But as karma would have it, Cien now has 100 EVO points for Arcade Edition.
He's doing good?
No.
No.
No. The EVO, the Da Vinci Code got him, and now he's in one of the hardest brackets in EVO.
Man.
So he has to face like Ryan Hart and Kindevu just to get out of his
Strong
pool.
players. But I mean, you know, when you're playing a character that's, you know, on the lower end of the spectrum, it's just, the world knows that you're better than everyone. So you put it in a harder bracket. I mean, you know, I play Alex, he plays Gens. We know each other. We know how that happens. So I get it.
USA is no country for old Gen.
Old Gen. How was the format because I heard it was what, more rounds, more sets? How did it work?
Yeah, because we don't really have many strong players for the other games, so we wanted to put all our efforts into AE because we had invited our special guest. So the best of 3 was a race to 5, and the grand finals and winners finals was a race to 7. And that's pretty unprecedented in the other majors, which they can't do it because of the time constraints. But because we don't have that many players, we had the benefit of doing that. And I think we really shot ourselves in the foot because it's really hard to take Daigo in a race to 7.
No,
he learns on the job.
That totally makes sense. Your format went against you. But didn't he play Guile for a little bit? Or how did that, why did he say why he did that? Or
he had never faced a Gen before.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
With his Ryu.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly.
Okay.
And he wanted to counterpick. But I don't think he renounced his counterpicking ways, and I think he's sticking with Ryu all the way through.
All right. Well, it seems very Daigo-like to stick with Ryu. What about EVO announcements? There's been a lot today. There's been, oh man, paid chat, 3 different streams, the panel streams. I mean, do you have any favorite announcement that you're getting out of it? Because, I mean, there's been, like, the paid chat is controversial for me. What about you?
I like the paid chat idea. I think we get to weed out the a lot of the bad things in the chat.
Is this the death of stream monsters?
I think we're going to have a lot of snobbish, silver spoon-fed stream monsters because they have to pay.
So you're saying since they get to pay and now it's their right to do it, their right to chat because they paid for it, they're going to have a worse attitude?
Will find a way to get their voice out. But I'm going to miss it as well because there's a lot of creativity going on in the stream chat. When you filter out all the misogyny and all the reverse jokes, there's a lot of creativity going there. I actually steal their jokes and put it on my Twitter, and I get like 50,000 retweets.
Dude, I'm going to do that for Reddit. Instant karma. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. We have.
But it's actually a good cause because they're gathering all that money they're paying for the premium chat and the premium stream that's going to be streamed in 720, and they're going to put it towards a scholarship. That
is an interesting thing that they threw out there because I totally did not see that coming. Yes. I did not see that coming out. That was out of left field because how often has that ever happen. I mean, people talk about MLG raising the prices or whatever, you know, pay-per-view, and then they don't do a scholarship. They don't do, you know, I think it's good. It's good for us.
Yes.
It's good.
Unfortunately, up to this point, history has said that games and academics just does not mix. I know I didn't get into my first choice school because of Diablo and StarCraft. Yeah, that took a beating to my GPA. And I wound up in the state public school. But it's okay, I made it out. But I think what the Shoryuken staff and the EVO staff is trying to say is that it can be done. And I think there are really good examples in the community, like Wolf Crone. I know that he sacrificed his trip to Korea in order to study for his finals.
Yes,
even though I saw him streaming on that same weekend. I think there was...
Exposed, okay.
Yes. Bananaken has also sort of taken a step back from fighting games to concentrate more on his graduate degree.
Of course, of course. I mean, it's life, it happens.
Yes.
Some of us choose to stay in, some of us choose to stay out. I mean, it
so
comes
those are the scholars of the ship. And
yes.
I expect that, you know, those types of people that can really juggle academia and gaming together really well are likely to get the scholarship. So I think it's really good.
Well, we are growing as a community, and it's so great. Let's see. CrossCounter is also streaming content at EVO, doing a lot of things with in between the panels and stuff like that.
We're going to be on the secondary stream along with the panels. So we're going to be, CrossCounter at least, is going to be doing a lot of player interviews, pre and the post-match, trying to hype that up. So I'm really excited to do that.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun time. Also, EVO's doing it right with the EVO app. That should have been, in my opinion, that should have been done a long time ago.
I feel like the future is here. I feel like it's the Jetsons.
We are in the future for this second.
They had that little dog walker. But it's crazy because you get this app and you can check out the venue. When your pools start, you can check into your pools. If you're hungry, you can find out where to grab a bite. There's a huge map.
Now, I didn't look into it. Does it have anything like bracket alerting that you're coming up soon?
Gives you the times and the brackets.
Anything like that, or?
I'm not sure if it has an alarm system, but all the information that you have should be in that app.
As far as where you need to be for your pool and stuff
and
like
it's
that.
on both platforms.
Oh, perfect.
OS and Android. So you have no excuse, unless you're using that crappy Burberry. You should ditch that. It might be on that too, though.
Yeah, well, no, that's a great thing for that to happen. Because
I think it just shows that we're making great strides with the fighting game community.
it solved a huge problem about, like, the biggest problem for me was the mental energy that I, like, the last day on Cross was, it was a 10-hour day, and then I had to play a match.
Right.
And then nothing good came of that. But, you know, if things ran smoother, people won't have to be at tournaments as long and still, you know, it's about efficiency, and I think that's good. So, what else about EVO are you waiting for?
EVO,
I mean, is this the main reason you're here? Are you coming out to just destroy
all the
EVO heads?
No, I actually heard that there was a job opening here on CrossCounter.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the main actors put himself into self-exile. The other, Malcolm X Factor, got assassinated yesterday. It's all on Twitter. He's in the hospital. And I came down here because I'm currently unemployed.
Right.
Seeking employment. And here I am
and you heard
on
this job
the sacred
pays
couch.
Absolutely nothing, so you're like, shoo in.
Yes. So I'm here down in LA for the EVO festivities, pre-EVO festivities, meeting up with friends and family.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the one time I get to come to America and like have fun.
Cool. And Sen is going to come too?
Sien is going to come down too. He's in the lab. I think he's going to fly straight to Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we expect Gen and all that stuff? I mean, is he like, unfortunately, I don't watch a lot of Street Fighter 4. Does he play Gen full time? Is that his main chicken?
He's aiming for 3 titles this year.
Wow.
I don't know how possible that is. So I think the new thing, the vogue thing now is to become a all-around player. So you're really looking at Justin Wong, Tokido, Chris G, people that can play and excel in all the games. So it's not necessarily getting, you know, of course, it'd be great if you can get the championship for each title, but if you can get top 8 for a multitude of games, that to me, in my opinion, is sort of the next generation of what a pro gamer should be.
That definitely gives you a good concrete placing of recognition.
So Sien is trying to emulate that model. He actually looks up to Justin Wong a lot, so he's trying to go for Street Fighter, Marvel, and KOF.
He's a little champ. Well, I think we're going to cut to a break. We're going to come back and have a few more things. Skype call with Fubarduck, and we'll see you guys then.
Cross counter. Counter.
Welcome back. I believe we're going to have Mr. Ryan Harvey, Fubarduck, on the line, all the way from Texas. Is he there? Maybe?
I'm right here.
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Just hanging out, man.
So tell me about Texas news. What's going on over there?
Hang on, something really weird is happening. Give me 1 second, please. I'm so sorry.
No problem. Take care of the weird thing. Oh. Something not... No problem. Okay.
Is this a Texas chainsaw murder happening on the stream?
All right, my bad. My fridge was open. It was making like a strange beeping sounds. I never heard it before.
Wow, that's...
Yeah, sorry, weird coincidence.
Okay. Texas news, go ahead and jump into it. What do you think what's going on over there?
Yeah, of course. Well, as many of you know, I run a video arcade here in Texas, in Austin. And we are actually hosting Togeki, aka SBO qualifiers for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's actually going to be the weekend after EVO, the Saturday and Sunday. There will be a stream for it. It will be streamed through Arcade UFO's Twitch channel. And there should be a lot of Texas talent and Southwest talent and hopefully some out-of-staters as well. So definitely, definitely keep looking forward for that after EVO. There's still going to be a lot of content actually. There's that going on. There's also the official Capcom tournaments coming up afterwards. So that's going to be the last weekend of July and the first stop is Austin. So,
right. I mean, with your quals coming right after EVO, do you feel like you're going to have less big players coming out, or how do you feel that's affecting, since they're kind of close together and it's all the way in Texas, and a lot of players on from either coast? Yeah,
to be honest, I do think that most of the players will be from Texas. Unless there's somebody really hungry to go to Japan, we're not going to have a whole lot of out-of-staters, and that's totally fine. Like, we've supported SBO every year just as a tournament and a great reason to go visit Japan.
Do you guys feel that this is potentially the first game that an American will take in SBO?
It's definitely the first time that's been a very, very good possibility.
That is one thing. I think just a simple game change all of a sudden just amps up the American side, and we might do very well this year.
What is the format for Ultimate?
A lot.
Yeah, is it single limb? What is
teams?
It's singles, 1v1. However, the format for the finals in August has not exactly been announced.
Ooh.
So, to be honest, we're still not certain if it's going to be 2 out of 3 finals or 3 out of 5 finals or 1 game finals.
Wow.
I wanted to ask you about that actually. This year, SBO, the planning has sort of been a little haphazard, and some could say secretive. When you see all the developments that EVO is making with their tournament, and you compare it with Tougeki, what do you think? Do you think that SBO is making enough progress?
Well, Tougeki was undoubtedly a little more last minute this year than it was last year. And the reason for that is not a secret. You know, they even posted when they made the announcement initially that this may be the last year of SBO. So I'm sure the organizer has his hands full, and I'm sure that Arcadia has been, you know, basically they had to throw a lot of stuff together at the last minute, unfortunately. However, I don't think that's going to take away from the quality of the tournament. And, you know, as far as I know, all the top players for SF4, all the top Japanese Marvel players, etc., are all going to be in attendance. So it is still going to be a very good tournament to, you know, pay attention to. And I mean, it's still Japan's EVO. It's still the biggest tournament they have every year that encompasses all the fighting games that are the most played in Japan.
For me personally, it's the holy grail of fighting game tournaments. It's like the most prestigious tournament you can participate in. And for me, like, I'm a little heartbroken about it's, you know, probably going to be ending. That I never got to go watch or anything.
They
you know?
say that every year, though.
That's
right?
true. They
every
do.
year is
they
the
do.
last year, but then they come back.
They've said that before, yeah. So it wouldn't. This isn't the first time they've said it would be the last year.
That's true.
So yeah, I mean, I hope the best. I hope that they adjust and, you know, find a way to make it lucrative and keep it going, because it's a really great thing for the Japan scene, to be honest.
Yeah, anything they can do to keep that going on, I am behind 100%.
If they can turn Ultimate Marvel into a global game the same way that they have with Arcade Edition, I think that's good for the community. Because they come up, their scene comes up with different tech and different team composition, and we have our thing going on.
They definitely have a different type of breeding ground for styles and combos and just technique. And it's cool to see the contrast between the two.
Did the new TAC Infinite come from Japan?
I'm unaware.
Is that where it came from?
As far as I know, it started here.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to talk about
Because I think
Olaf.
it was... Who was it first? I think there was somebody before Trish that was discovered, actually.
I saw it on Nico Nico first, and that's what I thought. But
okay, maybe it was on Nico first. Maybe it was from Japan first. Because I remember some people talking about it, saying that they saw it on Nico, and that was how, you know, they got the idea or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was... I'm pretty sure it was Magneto first, and then Trish.
Okay. I mean, that's not too crazy to believe if that's the truth. I mean, we'll have to talk to Olaf later in the show for him to clarify stuff for us.
I saw the Magneto version of the Infinite, and it looked like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in HD version. Again, it was the same combo.
It's kind of funny how similar Mag's Infinite looks to his Tech Infinite looks to the ROM.
So they're not going to ban the Infinite for EVO, but do you think that they're going to make any considerations for Tougeki regarding the Infinite?
I think they absolutely will make considerations for it, just because a lot of the top players there have voiced concern. Like, not everyone is against it, but you know, Cho was the biggest voice. Cho is, of course, you know, arguably the best player of UMVC3 in Japan, and he thinks it shouldn't be allowed.
Okay. Huh,
Kusoru likes it, right? He likes the Kuso game.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kusoru said it's fine, and he didn't think it would affect his team. Yeah. Obviously, that's already changed because now Frank Infinite has been found as of about an hour ago.
Wow.
Okay.
Check my Twitter.
Well, I mean, it seems like Justin doesn't want it. It seems like, and other top players don't want it on the other side. So.
Could it be a case of the haves and the have-nots? People that with teams that have the Infinite
well, that's
are
what I was
supportive
going
of
to
it?
bring that up, is that it seems like the bad characters don't have it. The bad characters got worse and the good characters got better. Is that what happened? Like, that's kind of what feels like what happened.
That's life.
And that is the story of my
the
life.
rich get richer.
So, yes.
That's also what happened. You know, I was one of the players during Vanilla Marvel that was adamantly opposed to the DHC glitch. Like, I thought it should have been patched, like, after, you know, as soon as it got discovered. Just because the whole idea of it was dumb. And, I mean, I can't give a logical argument. I just...
No, I feel it. It's just rubbed you the wrong way.
And, you know, people argue that well, I don't want to get into the semantics of an old game, but I will say that I don't think this infinite thing with tax is as big of a deal because I don't see it happening consistently. It looks situational. It does lead to an extremely advantageous situation should you land it because you can build up to 5 bars and you also just killed a character.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal, to be honest, personally.
What do you guys, I mean, both of you have a little more information than I do on the prominent Asian players coming out. What are your bigger,
I think
like,
Fubarduck
concerns?
has the most recent list of players that are coming.
Yeah,
I
do
think
you know who's coming out, Ryan?
your good friend and partner on Ammo Game, is not coming. Is that correct?
That is correct. We actually discussed this early this morning on Almo Game. The players that are coming, we actually looked at all of their brackets as well to see who they were facing and the big names and stuff. Of course, one of the matches that's been talked about a lot in Japan already too is Abegen is fighting Shady K in the very first match of the bracket.
I'm sorry.
Of Ultimate Marvel.
Of Ultimate Marvel. And who does he play? Not Shady.
Abegen is actually, I would say, the player that people should look out for the most because
Is he the Thor?
She-Hulk,
Yes.
Tron.
Oh my God, that
Thor,
guy is sick.
She-Hulk, in that order.
That
And
guy
he's
is really
amazing.
sick.
Low
By the
tier
way,
four.
the reason Abegen actually picked that team and plays those characters is because he's a player that loves big characters, like grappler type,
Right.
huge characters. And you know the way he selected the characters on his team was he wanted to find like characters with grapples, big characters with grapples, and things of that sort.
So he watches
and,
that chubby AV.
I didn't delve that deep, but he did tell me that Thor was the last character he chose for his team, and that
Thor.
he basically found stuff for it, after he decided the characters. So also Abegen, for anyone who played Guilty Gear, he was one of the more notable Potemkin players in Guilty
Okay.
Gear.
So that style is definitely him for sure. I mean, he's
Yeah,
big
exactly.
grappler kind of
That's
style.
been him. That's been him since the beginning.
Yeah,
So.
because his team is very. The characters alone are not that good, but when you put grab, a whiff super grab into cancel into She-Hulk's air grab, like it gets really nasty. It gets tricky, and that guy does some pretty
Stuff.
neat stuff. What other
Right.
players are out there?
Can you foresee any players ready in time for EVO that will bust out the Infinite from Japan? Anyone that's dexterous enough?
From Japan, anyone
Yeah.
that's dexterous enough, man.
Is
that's
anyone practicing it right now in order
People
to?
are practicing it now. Yes.
Okay.
You think that's going to be, unless it's changed, do you think that's going to be the next trend in Marvel?
It's going to be a thing that you can't really build a team around it. It's going to have to be something that complements your team, but it can't be the only thing that you go for.
Right.
Because, and I mean, unless somebody finds to be honest, the easiest looking Tac Infinite so far is Frank West's, because Frank's doesn't seem to be too dependent on the character size. However, it's only working off down exchange right now, which of course is a big minus because if you can only start it off down exchange, then your opponent always knows which way to tech.
Right. I mean, it's not to say that we might not eventually find ways to do it with the other TAC, but we will see.
It's not. This tactic is not going to be prominent at EVO. There's not enough time.
But it seems like a good investment down the road because I think the producer said that he's not going to be doing any balance changes
awesome.
in the foreseeable future. So people that really master this down the road are going to be successful in the game. Hopefully by the time of SBO.
And as far as other players that are coming out and EVO predictions, what do you guys feel? Who do you think is definitely have a strong chance to at least make top 8 in each game?
Let me just go over the full list of Marvel players coming from Japan.
Go for it. You got a minute.
You've got
there's 6 guys actually. So we have the Abegen, who we just named. Abegen, of course, is Tron, Thor, She-Hulk.
Right.
We've got Shimada. Shimada is a Hagar Dormammu player.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
We've got Mame Spider, who is, of course, a Spider-Man user. He uses all kinds of characters.
That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, so he's a point Spider-Man player, and
Soru?
I've seen him pair. as far as I know, Kusoru is not coming.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's
Saw him
what
in the
his-
airport.
That's what his official announcement was. So.
You saw him at the airport?
Maybe I don't know. They all look
Did
the
you
same.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We're sorry. We're so sorry.
Is this like that thing where like Zeep is Asian, so it's okay because?
Yes.
Okay.
I was looking
Is that
at
how
the
it
mirror.
works? I
I
gotta
think
get
that's how
some
it
color
works.
in me. I don't understand how any of this stuff works.
All
Okay.
right, but anyway, so let's see. So we got Abigin, we've got Shimada. Who did I just name? Abigin, Shimada.
Spider.
That's right. Mame
5 seconds.
Spider.
You've got 5 seconds to name the rest.
Phone a friend.
What?
Cho?
Okay, go for it.
Nemo?
After Mame Spider, we've got, of course, Cho, who is definitely someone to look out for.
Yes.
He is overall the most consistent Marvel player in Japan, and he plays Magneto, Virgil, Wesker, which
Ugh,
is
nasty.
a very good team.
Very nasty team.
That players are also performing very well with here domestically. And then we've got Kubo.
And
So,
he's the last player coming out that on your list?
there's Kubo, and then there's, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
You've just run out of time.
Yeah,
We got to take a break.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
Put it on your
I mean,
Twitter.
good. Yeah, go ahead and post it on Twitter. I'm sure once
bet,
I
but
remember your name, I will shout it out when we come after the break.
Yep.
Okay.
Sign out, Mr. Fubarduck.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for watching.
Somebody
Props
hang up
to
on him.
everyone in Texas, and yeah, thanks for the time. Sorry for the quick commercial break, guys.
All right, see you guys right after the break.
Okay.
Cross counter. Cross counter.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here with Olaf, and quickly before we get started, I wanted to remind you guys about Friday. We're having. Sorry, people in the crowd are a little bit. They're just a little bit of a peanut gallery today, but that's okay.
Team Broken Tears coming down to town.
There you go. Team Broken Tear is going to be coming down to town on Cross Counter at the Cross Counter Studios, and they're going to be running sets between the Broken Tear team. Some of my favorite players are in there, so it will be exciting. Olaf, go ahead and jump into this. What do you think? Like, break it down for me, because I really don't understand the actual mechanics behind this.
Well, okay. The new TAC Infinite is plain and simple a bug.
Okay.
It's because of how certain combos can work, you can actually make the game think your character is still airborne and while during a combo. So you go like this, and normally you just stop, everything drops, you can combo, and you do all sorts of stuff, but then the moment you land, the air combo kind of readjusts to normal. These normally work, like you can just sit here and fly, and you can, if you stay airborne, you can keep comboing without the normal hit stun decay.
Okay, so and that comes into play when you do the TAC.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you TAC like this, and I can just wail on buttons, and pretty much anything that could ever combo will definitely combo. That's kind of how TACs normally work.
All right.
But eventually you're gonna have to land, and that's when the game reverts back to normal combo mechanics.
Now, we were talking about this. Do you know where it came from? Do you know the origin? Like, who
discovered
found this
this?
out? Or
The
what?
first one I saw was the Trish one. And through all the different networks and everything, I heard that actually that was news in Japan as well.
Interesting.
Or at least for the most part.
Right.
And then they ground out all the research and found Magneto shortly thereafter.
Okay.
But this is the best of my knowledge.
In your opinion,
Has
like,
Al Qaeda taken responsibility for this?
Certainly
TAC
not.
glitch?
No.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it to perform this glitch? Is it
It depends on the
realistic?
character. It's character dependent. Because I spent 5 years in QA testing, so I've learned pretty good how to track down a bug and how it works.
right.
And the core of the bug is landing with a normal and canceling the normal's animation upon landing.
So when you're landing, the animation of whatever you're doing is canceled because you have to cut into your landing.
Yeah,
phase.
like because this thing swoops forever and stays out, but you just go like this and it's over.
Right. Okay.
And because of that, and it's having its active frames cut in half, it tricks the game into thinking you're still active.
Okay. Is this game breaking? Do you think it's game breaking?
Potentially.
Am I gonna hate this game now because one like? Never mind. Am I gonna hate this game now?
It depends on how you felt out about it before.
Okay.
The core of the thing is that this infinite is caused by an inherently broken mechanic.
Okay.
Because at least I'm under the firm belief that TACs by themselves were already horrendously broken.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
it's too big a random factor for too high a reward and very minimal risk.
Atrocious, yeah, I gotcha.
And when you get an infinite out of a random factor,
Yeah.
that's kind of ludicrous.
That's just lotto. Okay, so show us an example.
Okay, so
What do you got here?
Trish's is fundamentally the easiest one in the game. So you can do your little combo. Let the camera switch, I think. Because we're not...
Brian, hook us up with the in-game.
There we go.
There
Okay.
we go.
So go up, do your little combo, whatever. And you keep up that with a medium H.
So okay, so now when you do you're landing and you're hitting them.
Yeah.
And that's what's keeping the counter at
The
counter lower.
What I think the math is behind it is the normal you interrupt, you have to do it during its active frames.
Okay.
And then you have to have basically remaining active frames that are removed. Like say the normal has 7 frames active.
Yeah.
You have to cut it down so there's enough active frames remaining or enough active frames removed to compensate for the jump loop. So it takes like 1 frame to land and 1 or 2 to jump. So if you can shave off 3 from your normal, you should be able to trigger it.
Okay, so who all can do this? Trish.
So far we found about half the cast.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Is it a matter of time to find the other half?
Most of them, I think there are some characters that it's physically impossible.
Okay, okay. Hulk, can you do it?
We don't know yet, probably not.
Yeah, that's surprising. Okay,
well-
how about Hesenko?
Senko does have one.
What?
Yep.
She moves like this. How is she going to be doing infinites?
Because all she has to do is get you to the ground level, get down here, and she has that really weird slow air dash, do a normal to interrupt, and then start doing gong loops.
Oh, wow.
Because she has X Factor loops that work very similarly.
Okay, is there a character that you think that surprised you that you don't think would have had it but does have it? As far as like, does Arthur have it? Does, you know?
Arthur, we don't know yet, but there's only like 3 players in the world who play Arthur.
Right, yeah.
So,
it's a little bit of a problem.
but like this entire team right now, they all have one.
Do you,
So go ahead.
no, go ahead. Do you agree with the EVO rules or like personally?
With 1 week till EVO, yes.
Because you don't think people are going to master it yet.
That and there's a metagame shift here. Everyone except Trish, pretty much, they're all down TACs. So all you have to do is prove it once in a match that you can do it. The opponent's going to mash down the entire rest of the match. So then you can just do up TACs with reckless abandon.
It definitely does change the higher level mind game.
Can you see people changing their teams 1 week before EVO to take advantage of this?
It depends on the character. If we find one with 0, maybe. We find one with Virgil, yeah. Switching to play Trish, me.
Yeah,
I've still been playing She-Hulk, so I can play a decent character. That's cool.
I foresee people being semi-neutral about this until 0 can do it, and then Capcom will explode.
I think a lot of players will also switch if they had like a pocket character. Like if someone played a pocket Trish and one of their characters didn't have it, they might rotate Trish in.
Okay.
But I don't think anyone's going to pick up Trish for the first time to use her, even though she has arguably the easiest.
Gotcha. I noticed you cut your hair.
I did.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm shipping out for the army, so I'm gonna get some tan in here.
Wow.
Yeah. So, because my hair was all long and stuff. So.
Yeah, gonna just army it up. You gotta tell them about THCs too, or is that like out the window at this point?
They don't need to know that. And they don't need to know how to cheat at this game.
Okay. All right, fine. I'm just telling you could bring some FGG tech to the the army. I mean, you know.
I'll be teaching them how to play, but it doesn't mean, you know, that this is what needs to be done.
Okay.
Can you?
We should just settle all wars
Does any
with fighting game
player
tournaments.
come to mind that really benefits from this bug? Any
Marlin Pie.
Marlin Pie.
Marlin Pie.
And why is that?
Because Doom has one. It's already that's been discovered through the help of Airtola and Ponce, Southern California players, found how to get Dooms to work. So if you do Marlin Pie TAC combos and then on the way down trigger the infinite, you've now got 5 meters to blow with Doom Ami
That just
and a
seems
dead
so
character.
nasty.
It's basically the worst case scenario.
Is this, if someone masters this, are we going to see a bunch of new Phoenix teams?
No, we're just going to see a bunch more Doom Ami, I think. I think Doom Ami is the biggest threat.
Explain Ami.
Doom, backed by Amaterasu, is absolutely ludicrous. The Cold Star Lockdown gives Doom all his mix-ups, and then you have both of those assists for your point character. And if you're just Doom Ami, you'd hit the triple team, and suddenly Doom can fly around while Ami's super is still going. And you get all sorts of mix-ups, full combos, everything.
Yeah, Melon Pie is definitely going to be... I mean, he's been always a crowd pleaser, but now he just has an even bigger, even more to play with, you know? So that...
Yeah, there's a lot of problems coming ahead.
Great. Okay. Interesting. So how about my awesome team?
What's your team? Thor's has allegedly been found. I haven't seen it yet, but it apparently does exist.
Wow. That sucks.
Well, one of the fundamental things that helps you get this infinite to work, do you have an 8-way air dash and can you fly? If you have those things, you're more likely to have one. If you have no air mobility options like Hulk and She-Hulk, you're boned.
Wow.
Like Trish has all that plus a dive kick plus a move that helps pop you back into her. Dormammu has flight and the dark holes to set up a juggle.
Okay.
Doom is Doom.
Doom is Doom. You know, I really liked Doom at the very beginning, and then he just got increasingly better, and I don't like that.
Well, the thing is that he's still not that much different than he was in vanilla, except for this foot dive.
Well,
that changed everything.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah, but all his combos are almost exactly the same. He does the same damage. It's just now he has a derpy reset-proof move. Congratulations.
I find it curious, this timing of the glitch. Like, we're really seeing a renaissance period in Ultimate. Like, Japan is picking up the game. Now when you look at the stream numbers, sometimes Marvel is more than AE. Do you think that this will dampen or increase the excitement for the game?
I think it's time will tell. Right now, I think it's going to increase because everyone's going to be seeing who's going to try it and who can get it off and what characters they can do. And, you know, it's kind of like watching Marlon Pie see what kind of new Doom combo he has this week.
Right.
If it becomes too prevalent, I think a lot of the game's going to dwindle, at least for a while.
Well, like, the thing I like about... Sorry, I touched the mic, but I killed anyone's ears. The thing I like about Marvel is that, you know, Marvel 2 was kind of broken in the sense of there was only a few number of characters usable, and they just hammered that game out until it was a very huge competition with, you know, very high level situations. This breaking stuff, like, do you think this is going towards the trend of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, or?
Kinda, but I think Justin actually had a good point that even Marvel 2 Infinites had the spin out, where if you did an infinite too long, it would auto combo break. Now characters just die. Because the minimum scaling, no matter how long you do an infinite, you're still gonna be doing like 10% damage.
Really?
While in Marvel 2, you were pretty much stuck at one damage per hit. Because it didn't have the hit stun and decay rule instead.
Okay, interesting. Huh.
That was it.
Do you think that the level of execution required to do this glitch makes it justified that it's there, if you know what I mean?
Again, character specific. Trish's is childishly easy. But characters like Doom are, you know, some of the rougher ones because you have to get finger lasers into a late tri-dash.
Right. So you got a range of skill, you know.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you must know about this, or that you need to tell us about this before?
The thing, I think it's one of the big things that I don't think has been covered verbally. Okay, there's a Shoryuken post that talks about how you do basically it's the ground cancel normal. But I do think one of the things that no one's talked about that I think is a requirement is you have to get another hit. You have to do 2 hits before you touch the ground to begin with. For instance, like she's doing hers like dive, hit, etc.
Yeah.
Doom's, the way his work is light finger laser, tri-dash light. And one of the ones, Viper apparently has one where she can do, it's like TAC down, and then you do light heavy on the way down. But if you just do heavy, it won't trigger.
Okay, so there's certain there's certain prerequisites you have to fulfill before this can actually happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there, short of elbowing your opponent in the rib cage, is there any way to break this?
No. It's just escape the TAC to begin with, or you lose. Okay. Or you lose this character. which kind of puts it on par with like Firebrand. Doom's is tough, by the way,
Right.
but his is the one that's one of the least discovered that's proven.
Awesome. I mean, we'll see where this goes, whether it's groundbreaking or not, or it's a blessing in disguise. I don't know. That's about it, you guys. Anything last words, Z?
Just follow us on the social media.
Yeah,
Twitter,
hit us up.
Facebook.
Yeah, the social media, which would be Twitter, Cross Counter TV, Cross Counter on Facebook, Cross Counter TV, all that. Subscribe and to the YouTube,
And we
all
hope
that
to
fun
see
stuff.
you not only on social media, but in real life at EVO. Hope to see everyone there.
Yes, see everyone at EVO.
Not me.
Not you? Oh, you're shipping out to.
No, I'm poor.
Oh, yeah. Well, me too. But I got ways to get there. So, but anyway, I'll. We will wrap this show up, and we'll see you guys next time. See ya.